So good evening everybody and welcome back to F1 Action here on FTRL. It is round 8 of the season and we are here at the historic Imola circuit for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, or the San Marino Grand Prix as it was once upon a time. Cars then heading out on the track. Then we're back after a week off for Div 1. Unfortunately the curse of Monaco struck us last week, so the race was postponed. But we are back with some action for you this time around then, and the Alpines leading us out then. Of course, there was some success for the Div 1 boys. It was this man here who won the Div 2 race at Monaco last week. So a great drive from him. Dylan claiming his first FTRL victory, I believe, as well in the process. A long overdue result for him. He was superb. That Div 2 race, overcoming the battling Barcelona Brutus and putting a stunning move on his teammate for the 9 Michael Vien into turn 1 for cruising off into the distance then for a very well earned victory then. Making our way out. And on board with Tam, he will lead us round. Let's go on board then with a lap of the Imola circuit and down the start finish rate then into the only DRS zone on the track, down this long winding start finish straight. We'll pick your braking marker for the first chicane, down to 5th gear in through the first chicane, ride the curves nicely. Wide of the final part there, using the curve on exit nicely. Speed is starting to build up to 183, 84 miles an hour before the Villeneuve chicane. Quick sprint up then to Toza. Slow speed left-hander start, then climbing up the hill now towards the Variante Alta. In through the left-hander, use the curve on the exit and down to Acqua Minerale. This terrifying sequence of high-speed corners, then ride the curves on the outside apex nicely, then use the curve on the exit. Start climbing up the hill then towards the second, the final chicane there. Big curves there, you've got to monster them a little bit. And start sprinting it down as the hill. Ravazza 1 into Ravazza 2. Out of the final corner. DRS will open at the DRS line, which is here on the pit entry. Staying tight to the inside, and the first time on the board from Sam is a 1:15.9 then for the Alpine man. What about Dylan behind him? He's invalidated, so he will not be improving. Katowice goes second fastest. Quickly jumped though by Telsborough. Of course, sporting that new McLaren livery that they are running around Singapore and Japan. Now, a couple of new faces. The one to look out for is this man, of course, a former winner at this very track. In fact, Funky Chicken is back with us for 1 week and 1 week only, and it's great to have him back on track. He's currently sat in the garage. We've got Garda Appeltartain. Of course, made his debut at the first Italian race of the season at Monza. He'll be hoping to go a little bit better this time, though. He did it in a wall, unfortunately for him there, but on his way around. He's also got an FTRL debut for... Where's he gone? I can't mental this down in P12. He's in the pits for the moment. And for the Eagle Ladder Monsters, Verstappen era ×2 is formerly known as Chizzy. I literally had no idea who he was on my friends list until he popped up in the chat a little while ago. He is now with us. So can he get his first FTRL victory in this one then? Graham then goes third fastest in Zombie. Of course, another one filling in tonight. Fourth, that one's sixth. Dylan coming out of the final corner. Telsborough goes fastest on his second run at a 15.8, so just goes fastest. Dylan goes into third then on a 16.3. So the tyres hanging up for a second lap as Johan goes third fastest then in the Alpha Tauri, 16.1 for him. What about XA Tom then? Where is he? He is currently on his way down towards Acqua Minerale then. Go on board then with the Aston Martin. Oh, but he is invalidated, and so track limits proving a bit of a bugbear for a couple of people already. I saw Dylan about his first run. Is Tom going to go for a second run as well? No, he's going to dive into the pit lane. He decides not to go for another run. And let's pick up the Red Bull man then. Where is he at the minute? He is just heading up towards the Villeneuve chicane. Yep, just 3 cars on track then at the moment. So he is. So current winner then is Telsborough fastest. We have indeed. Well, there's going to be an announcement coming in the next couple of days, mate. So eyes and ears peeled. Alcoholics Anonymous team. Accidents always. Any other suggestions for AA could stand for? Please post them in the chat. Then the rubber one weaving. Let's get some heat into those soft rubbered tyres. He heads then down into a couple of corners then. And starts to build then for a flying lap then. So let's see how he gets on. Ooh, we've got a Wild Ross. Oh, and a GT as well. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's where they've... that's what he meant. Okay, there we go then. So then into the first couple of corners, there goes the Red Bull. Ooh, a little bit snaky there. Let's check again there. You've got to watch out for those sausage curbs. He's done okay then into the Villeneuve chicane then. Nice and tidy through there. A little bit wide on the exit there. Using all the curb. 24.9 in sector 1 then. Starts to climb up the hill then. A couple of cars ahead of him. Hopefully they'll keep out of his way. Right on Mercedes. Out of toes then starting dropping down towards Aqua Minerale then. Mercedes there in the foreground. Hopefully he'll get out of the way. Oh, looking good so far. So he does get out of the way now. And then as he comes up to the top chicane there. A little bit of a slide on there through the chicane, but oh, okay. Still pointing the right direction. That's the key thing at this stage. Going then down the hill. Ravazza 1, Ravazza 2. Out of the final corner he comes then. Now it is just foot to the floor. DRS opens. And he goes 6th fastest then on a 17.1, just ahead of Zombie, just behind Graham. So a solid lap there from Gouda Appeltartain. What about Verstappen era? Or Chizzy, as he was previously known. All the Aarons, that's what it could be. Let's see how the Aston Martin gets on the 50.4 as he comes into that top chicane there. Right, nicely over the curbs, starts to drop down the hill. Out of the final corner he comes in, foot to the floor. DRS opens, and his first lap time is fastest of all, then a 15.6 then, so 2/10 fastest. Puts himself onto provisional pole, then can Telsborough respond in the McLaren? Then he is up in sector 1 then as he drops down into Aqua Minerale. Starts to climb up the hill. Ooh, big twitch there off the curb. God, not liking running over the bumps. But it hasn't slowed him down. 3/10 up then in sector 2. Through the top chicane he comes now. Starts to drop down the hill. Through the left-hand kink. Out of the final corner, has he kept the momentum up then in the final sector? DRS opens up. Is he back onto provisional pole? He is. And he finds even more time. Half a second improvement there from Telsborough. Very, very impressive lap. A 15.3 then for the McLaren man. Responds immediately then to the Aston Martin challenge. What about Yarham? He's going to the pit lane. Dylan looks like he's got out of somebody's way. Coupled with Tom then, who is up in sector 1. But invalidates again then as Mattman goes 7th, just behind him. So good up there from Matt, goes ahead of Graham, who's on his outlap. What about Aaron? How's he getting on then? Into the pits he goes. What about Tam then? 15.9 from him then, so he drops into the 15s, goes... Well, that might have been his last lap actually, so ignore that one. He's just starting up, I believe, so let's see how he gets on. The quirks of this game. Through the V1 chicane then, checkpoint 1 coming up, and he is up by half a tenth in sector 1 then, so... Aqua Minerale then, starting to climb up the hill. Over to the left hand side then for the chicane. He is 0.3 of a second up then. So Tam looking to get onto the front row here. Going to be very close with Verstappen era's time. He's going to find a little bit in the final sector if he wants to challenge Talesborough's lap for provisional pole. And at the final corner he comes then. It's now just foot to the floor. Stay tight to that white line. And it is an improvement, but he stays 4th. In fact, he drops to 4th because his teammate has got onto the front row there. Dylan pulling a lap out of nowhere to go on to the provisional front row of 15.5 for Dylan. So keeping up his really strong form at the moment with a very impressive lap there, 15.5 from the Alpine. So it is Talesborough, Dylan, of Verstappen era, Tam, Yarham Katamies on the 3rd of Graham and Tom. Currently showing row 4, Mattman and Gad Tartane on row 5. Then Zombie and Aaron, Pagani and Ross, Carl Mentalist and Funky Chicken, I think, will be starting at the back. And Lennon hopefully to join us as well. Getting in from work a little bit late then. So who have we got on lap? Let's see how Yarham gets on this run. Then goes a little bit deeper to the first chicane then. So a little bit on the back foot already. Into sector 1 he comes then. How is his time? He is 1/10 of a second up then, so Yarham found some time. But he's half a second then to get onto the second row. But he has now invalidated his lap, unfortunately, so Yarham does not improve this time around. He's also invalidated. Graham coming out of the final corner. But I think he's going into the pits. He is indeed. What about Ross? Oh no, he's invalidated his time already as well. So, good for him. Does Yarham go for another lap? No, he's going to dive into the pits then. So, 3 3/4 minutes left. Running order as follows: Talesborough on provisional pole from Dylan. And we've got Verstappen, Era and Tam showing the second row. Yarham and Katamies, Graham and Tom, Mattman and Gad Tartane, your top 10. And Zombie, Aaron, Pagani, Ross, Carl Mentalist and Funky Chicken with Lennon in the chat, which means he can't be far away from joining us as well. Red Bull then making his way out of the pits, and the first one on the track is the current pole sitter then. So just under 3 minutes to go now. Can he improve even further? So he's been a bit of a revelation then. Finally got his win a couple of weeks ago. He's leading the championship coming into this race as well. So we're looking to increase his lead further. The strong result here. His nearest rival is Graham, who's currently P7. And here we go then. What can he do this time around? Speed then starting to build. That's coming out of the pits there, but not going to be in his way then. Touching 203 miles an hour as he breaks for the first chicane there, attacking the curves nicely. Into the Villeneuve chicane there, looking aggressive, looking quick. He went a little bit wide there. He did indeed, lost there 3/4 of a second, and so mistake then from Talesborough that time around. Improving on this run. Does that give some of his rivals a chance to improve then? What about Tam? Is he on? Oh, he's on an outlap, isn't he? He's just about to start a flying run. There's Yarham. Yarham is just coming to the final six, but he's on an outlap as well. So yeah, Telstra was the first one out. Ooh, that was just a change of angle. Oh dear me, Verstappen here is spinning out the final corner. That's going to ruin any chance of a final run for the Aston Martin man. So the worst possible place to have a moment, because now he compromised any final run, so I think that's going to be his session done. It is indeed. He dives back into the pit lane. And a mistake at the worst possible place. What then about Dylan? He's in Sector 1. He is marginally up in Sector 1 then, so he needs to find about 0.2 of a second. He wants to improve. Talesborough's on another lap, having abandoned his first one. And he is just marginally down in Sector 1. What about Tam? Where is he? He's coming to Sector 2. He was up in Sector 2, but only just. But that might be enough to jump him ahead if he can keep that speed up or find anything in the final sector. One corner to go then for the Alpine. Can he get himself onto the front row? He's just under 1/10 of a second. He can. He finds it. Onto the front row he goes. Can Dylan respond? He's got a car in the foreground there that might be giving a little bit of slipstream, which might help his time there. It is one of the Ferraris. It will not get in his way, so we're getting a bit of a slipstream here. That might help him. Ferrari peels off into the pit lane. No, Dylan peels off as well. So he was not going to improve. What about Talesborough? How's he getting on? Dylan then retires on the session then, so he will start on the second row. I think Talesborough's bailed out as well. Tom, meanwhile, has improved to P5 then on his final run. So finally hooking a decent lap up. Yarham has invalidated his run. The Alpine is not improving, neither is Casimirs. Has validated his run, so he will be starting P14. Then swing for the Red Bull to make it to the line. He's not going to improve at P7. That's solid qualifying. On the back of Yarham, there's the 10th off. Peels off to the pits. And that will be the end of the session then. So it is pole position for Talesborough. And what are we waiting for? The game to kick through. There we have it then. Talesborough then takes pole position. Tam will join him on the front row, unable to match the speed of that McLaren. There we go. And it's pole position then for the McLaren man by 1.5 tenths over the two Alpines, looking racing behind and followed by the two Aston Martins, Verstappen, Era and Tom, 4th and 5th. Yarham starts P6, Gard-Ruppel Tartain that starts P7 in the Red Bull. Then got Casimirs in PA, watch for him flying off the line. Graham joins just behind him, P9, and Matman joins him on the 5th row ahead of his teammate for the night, Zombie. 11th, Aaron will start P12 in the Ferrari. We've got the Williams pair of Pagani and Ross, 13th and 14th. Starting at the back, then we've got Car Mentalist, Funky Chicken, and hopefully Lennon will be in time as well. So, qualifying over and done with then. How do we think this one's going to work out in the race? So the first question is, what conditions are going to greet us? And it's glorious sunshine. That's going to be music to the ears of some. Of course, we're going to Lennon for the podium, says Lennon. There we go. And bold prediction for Lennon. Well, anything can happen here. I've seen Funky Chicken's victory was something to behold a couple of seasons ago. So anything can happen in this race. Indeed, it is a very... could be a mixed bag, this one. We wait then for... Now, don't forget your setup, Lennon. Don't forget your setup. If you've got one. The timer ticks down then. And we're going to see what strategies everybody's going to go for then. Straight into the race then. Mixture of hard and medium tyres then. And we are away and racing. And it's a good start from second from Tam. Then Telsborough, of course, having that little bit of a kink to go through. Just missed out at the start then. And Tam gets into the lead then. Dunham slots into third. Then the Aston Martins battling with Yarham in the AlphaTauri as they come out of the first chicane. Yellow flag in the background. I think it's Ross and Car Mentalist perhaps have come together. A little bit of drama, but everybody's still pointing the right way. So we get to Tozer for the first time. Start climbing up the hill, and Tam leads from Telsborough. Dylan is third, Verstappen is fourth. Then Tom, Yarm, Casamies, Gadabel Tartane, Aaron and Zombie. That man's dropped a few places off the line. Look at the tyres that everybody on the front two on the hard tyres. Then Dylan on the mediums in third. So he's going to be looking racy early on. Can he use that tyre advantage to get through? Then the man behind him, Verstappen Era, also on the hard tyres. Then we've got Tom on the mediums. Johan and Casamies on the hards. Then Gadabel Tartane, Aaron, Zombie, Lennon, Pagani, Graham and Matman all on the mediums. That's Dylan. Oh, what's up to Dylan? I can't see where he is. Where is he? There he is. Oh, he's had a shocker there at the chicane as he come off the curbs. Having been P3, he's now got it all to do from the back of the grid. Then Tom and Verstappen are swapping places down the start-finish straight then. Let's go, Goy. Playing the team game nicely there. Tom on the medium tyres. He's going to be quick at the start of the race then. So his teammate realising that's not his battle at this stage. Lets his teammate go. So he can try and chase down the lead pair. I'm now 5th, Catherine's at the 6th, Gadabel Tartane in 7th, Aaron is 8th, Zombie 9th, Leonard's up to 10th already. He's had a storming start then. Red Bull driver for this evening. Into the top 10. Oh no, Verstappen Era's gone now. At Tozer, the Aston Martin's lit the rear tyres up trying to get the power down and is now all the way down to the back. The Tam leads from Telsborough from Tom, who's closed that gap then. Front three have broken clear already. Arm now in 4th. Casamie's behind him in 5th. He's got Aaron behind him in 6th. Aaron's had a good start. Through the chicane we go. Zombie in 8th. Lennon up to 9th. Then from 17th, he's already up 8 places. Lennon having an absolute storming start. He said he's going to the podium. That could be very much the case then as we head through Ravazza 1 into Ravazza 2. The DRS will be activated this lap then. Fastest lap goes to Telsborough Tam and then Tom in quick succession. Then looking at Zombie. Into the pits comes Car Mentalist and Funky Chicken. And they're not close enough. Of course, DRS will be active next time around for him. He's working the meanwhile. There's been a change for P2. Then Tom is up to second. So he has cleared Tam. In fact, Tam's down to third. Because Tam, of course, was the leader. So, Tails are back into the lead. Tom up to second. Tam down to third. Johan has just closed in a little bit now. As well, he's bringing Casimir with him. He's bringing Aaron with him. He's bringing Gadrop Tartrain. He's bringing Zombie. He's bringing Lennon. He's bringing Pagani. And a little bit we get back to Matman. Then Graham. Then Dylan has just passed Ross for P13 as his recovery drive begins. Verstappen era down in 15th, and the two drivers who've just pitted, Funky Chicken and the Car Mentalist, on their way again. Then Tom now starting to make eyes for the lead of the race. Not yet won a Div 1 race. He came ever so close in Spa a couple of rounds ago, but here we go. Charles Burdett jinking down the straight to try and break the slipstream, but it's no avail. Here comes Tom into the lead of the race. For the first time, the Aston Martin hits the front there with the DRS. And we have got a virtual safety car because Pagani has crashed out of the final corner. In fact, it's a full safety car. Full safety car deployed. He did say he was going to go full Latifi. That is good news then for Verstappen era, for Funky Chicken and for Car Mentalist, because they can now catch the back of the pack. You'd imagine it's too early for anybody to stop to get to the end. But we shall see then. Funky Chicken is back in. Is he going to go back onto the hard tyre? I wonder here. As Lennon says, he heard Pagani crash. That is quite likely. Well, Pagani then has become the first victim of the evening. Then we saw it before. It was Tico, wasn't it? We saw him drop it out of that corner and throw away a potential victory. While he was about to put it in the wall, he retired there as well. So yeah, Tico did it on our first visit here. In fact, having dominated the early part of that race as well, looked set for a victory. Was clearing off in the distance, came out of this corner on that curb, lost traction and pitched himself into the wall on the left hand side. Now, does anybody pit? That's the question. Nobody up front seems to have boxed. Graham, however, is pitting. So is Dylan. So they're going to take this opportunity to get onto the hard tyre. Graham in. On go the hard tyres. Dylan's in as well. On go the hard tyres. That's their mandatory stop done. In comes Verstappen here as well. He's going to go into the mediums. Oh, he's going to the softs. So Verstappen here is expecting another stop, but is he going to try and carve his way through? Of course, that's the strategy that we saw pay off brilliantly for Funky Chicken on our first visit here. However, it was a little bit further into the race when that happened. So he may have a little bit... Well, he'll probably need to stop again because I don't think those tyres are going to get him to the end. Then behind the Aston Martin 1-2 again, but one is a safety car. And Mylander doing his thing. So then Tom then has carved his way into the lead of this race then, but in fact he'll probably want the safety car to be out for a little bit because it will save his medium tyres. He want to be on them as long as he can do. So ideal for him. Can't make the way around then, so we've still got a couple to catch up the pack. Verstappen here and Car Mentalist just making their way up then towards the top chicane. And Chicken just axing Tozer. We'll do at least one more lap then behind the safety car. Curatella, I've been telling you all wrong. Right. So, first chicane is the Tamburello, of course, didn't know that. The Tamburello chicane is the first one then, so I do like to know the coordinates, but I've blaming you on safe. At least you can't jinx me tonight, that's fine. Verstappen here pitting again. So was that just a... So this is Tozer. That was right on that one. Puritella is the corner at the top of the hill, not Variante Alta. That was the second chicane. I did have it in my head that Variante Alta was that second chicane, but couldn't remember. So this is Puritella, left-hander here. So Verstappen has gone back onto the soft tyres again, interestingly. Fresh soft tyres as well, so that was an obvious choice. Not far off the back of the pack now. Pack's making its way through Aqua Minerale, so just a couple of corners ahead, so we may go racing again at the end of this lap. Now, just waiting for a notification. Safety car in this lap. There we go, right on cue then. So we are about to go racing again. Tom then will start to back up the field. Safety car pull away, and then he can choose his moment when he wants to go. Field then all bunched up together. It's an Aston Martin sandwich, one at the front, one at the back. Safety car making his way in then, so when it does Tom decide to go, Talesborough on his outside. And to go racing course, there will be no DRS for a couple of laps then. Tom pulls the trigger out of the final corner. Away we go. That's a good launch. He's got a nice jump there over Talesborough. He was always into the pits and sped as well. So not ideal for him. He's got some wing damage somewhere behind the safety car then into Tamburello. Everybody seems to get through there. Oh, further back, Graham going for a move on Ross. Or was that Ross going for a move on Graham? And now Dylan looking for a move on Graham as well. To the inside comes the Alpine. They're side by side into the Villeneuve chicane. Down the inside goes Dylan. Through he goes. Good move from the Alpine man. Oh, in the background, that's Verstappen here off into the gravel. Was the contact? Would it be Funky Chicken who he was battling with? They drop down then into Aqua Minerale. Matman and Lennon now going at it hammer and tongs. Red Bull versus Mercedes. Red Bull on the outside then. Mercedes has the inside and holds the position for now. There's Aaron, oh, and Dylan. So Aaron goes Ross. Oh, it's spinning off, Matman. Oh, Matman's off on the exit of Aqua Minerale. Oh, and Zombie's retired as well. So both Mercedes in trouble. Safety car are deployed again. Looks like Zombie's gone off on the exit of Villeneuve. And safety car is deployed for the second time. Talesborough will fake the pit. Two drivers faking it. One who's not faking it is Aaron. Aaron is in. So Aaron pits from P7. Also in is Lennon. So they're going to get their stop done. Verstappen here is in again, so you imagine he will get off the soft tyres this time. And that man as well, having had that spin. Unfortunately, just as his teammate went off as well on to the medium tyres goes Verstappen here, so. And he has cleared Lennon. So did Lennon have a penalty? Ah, there we go, Lennon did have some damage. So Lennon's charge through the field has been stalled. Do it all again then from P14. When you've done it once, you can do it again, Lennon. Come on. Just means we get to see you do it all over again, mate. So, running order then behind the second safety car on lap 8. Tom from Talesborough from Tam. Johan Katamies at Gadropel Tartane. Dylan back up to P7 then, so his recovery is going well. Ross is 8th, Carmentus is 9th, Graham is 10th, and Funky Chicken. Aaron is 12th, Verstappen is 13th, Lennon is 14th, Matman is 15th. It's a little bit unlucky there, so feel for you, mate. Just need to be a bit more careful under the safety cars, please, everybody. Not to do each other a disservice. She's saying you got stick drift, so not ideal. Safety car leaders around for one more lap at least. Just waiting for Matman to close back up on the pack. So one more lap behind the safety car. We should go racing again on lap 10. Of course, we are back tomorrow with Div 2 here as well, 8 o'clock. So please do join us for that. And we are back with our GT series on Friday. And we should be live this week from Brands Hatch then. It is round 2 of the season. Hopefully the video from the opening week at Deep Forest will be up soon. I don't want to talk about how my race went. I definitely did not bottle the lead in the first race. Passed up the opportunity to win the first ever race on GT7 by spannering myself into a wall, although I blame the back end of my car for just getting loose in the place where not a lot I could have done to save it, unfortunately. Hey, better luck this week, hopefully, for me. Sod the rest of you. So then let's head up towards Piratella on lap 9. The field is back together, so we should be able to go racing at the end of this lap. I suggest you stop switching away, Jonte. I'm blaming you for this now. Every time you switch off, the safety car comes out. I'm blaming you. Or if you're going to switch off, stay off, because it's either you coming back is what brings the safety car out. Safety car in this lap then, so a little bit early this time, so Tom can start to back up the pack as they come out of the Variante Alto chicane. Hey, you get back in, you lovers. Lovers! Then it's backing up. Everyone is just behind the wings, please. We don't want any more carbon fibre going everywhere. They're behaving themselves nicely. That man in the back of the pack. Safety car has made it into pit lane, so Tom's pulled the trigger early this time. Goes into Ravazza 1. So different strategy this time. However, Telsbro's had a reasonably good relaunch with him. However, he's had a poor exit out the second Ravazza. And Tom has built himself a nice little lead then. So we are racing again. And that is a very nice lead he's got there. Then Tam trying to close in further back. Dylan making the move on Gadrappel Tartrade into the Tamburello chicane. Through he goes, up into P6 then. The Alpine man then fighting back into contention, having had that early spin. However, he said that the Red Bull's coming back at him into the field of chicane. Further back, yellow flag. It's Verstappen. Here has gone on the exit of Tamburello. That's the Martin man struggling as well. Seems to be a bit of lack of grip. Oh, who's that going round? Oh, it's that's Ross. Ross has spun at Tozer. As into Piratella we go. And now Dylan's about to cross path with Catamese, and as Aaron goes past Funky Chicken. They come out of Piratella down into Aqua Minerale. Behind Graham then, who's in P9. Of course, a lot of these drivers have made their stops then, so the man in the prime position is Dylan in 6th, because he's made his pit stop. Oh, big slide there coming out of Variante Alto though. You don't want to do that too much. So he is in very good position because, of course, he's made his stop. The 5 cars ahead of him have yet to stop. So, Dylan is now the net race leader. Oh! And into the wall. And out. It is the curse of the commentator in real time. And the safety car is out again. I'm very sorry, Dylan. I'm going to hold my hands up. That's probably my fault. Oh, Ross is sped in the pit lane. He goes in. Verstappen era in as well after his spin down the exit of Tamburello. And so the race continues to just be broken up by these safety cars. It is Dylan who is out this time then, having just commented how he was in prime position in P6. 5 cars ahead of him, all to make a pit stop. He was in a very good position, and out of the final corners, Pagani was commenting in the chat how there was very little grip out that final corner. And Dylan showing first time. I'm guessing on stage probably just tuned in. Yeah, it's weird, mate. I'm not getting it either. I only know that because obviously it's yellow flag at the top saying sector 1, 2, 3, and the track's yellow, and there's a yellow dot. And again, the deltas has been an issue as well. There's so many glitches on this game. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? It's so frustrating. We continue to have issues with this game. It's basically just the same game with reskinned, but hey ho. Tom this time pits then. So race leader is in this time. He's going to make his stop in his Tam as well. Tam followed in a Tam, of course, on the hard tyre. Garabo Tartain is in. Carmentalist is in. Tom went onto the hard tyres, Tam onto the mediums, Garabo Tartain, Carmentalist onto the hard tyres. And then we've got Ross and Verstappen Era just coming out of the final corner. They've obviously just stopped as well. They're on the hard tyre as well now. So just Tam on the medium tyre now. But he's made his stop. 20 laps to go. We have a little bit of safety car running as well. So are we now in the window for those tyres to get to the end? Well, he's going to be the first guinea pig. And of course, we've still got the front three have yet to stop. They're all on the hard tyre from the start. That's Talesbury, Yarham and Casamies. Everybody else is now pitted then, so that now means that Graham is now in the strongest position. Having made one of his stops. He's now fourth, so we could potentially have a Ferrari 1-2 here. And look who's in third. Net third, Funky Chicken. Pitted on lap 1 with some damage, I believe. He's back in contention now, and the three of the cars ahead of him yet to stop. There is a podium, if not more, in the offing for him. Could it be a victorious return? Have I just cursed him? We'll see them. Field just closing up, but I'm not going to be racing this time unless it's a very late call. We have seen on this game. Yes, I'm not going to peel off at the last second. No, we are going to do one more lap then, so everybody will be okay on although it's running by the safety car. Yeah, I don't know, mate. It comes and goes by itself, to be honest. We noticed when we were doing our little admins performance championship, sometimes you get a massive delta, sometimes you get a tiny delta, then it just switches. It's crazy. Silly glitches in this game still. Yeah. Right, safety car deployed for the demise, unfortunately, of a potential race winner. He was in prime position, unfortunately, though. Spin has thrown Dylan out of this run. Talesborough now your race leader, pole sitter, of course. Yarham now second. Casamy's in third, but they have yet to stop, which means that everybody behind them who have all made stops will overhaul them. So, question is then, are the front three going to wait to get on the soft tyre? Hope for a late safety car and carve their way through, as we saw Funky Chicken do the first time we came here. They're going to try and string this one out. We shall see the safety car in this lap then. So Talesborough then will start to back up the pack. Now Tom has led both safety car restarts so far. He made one exit out the final corner. Got a good jump. He had one where he made the bolt out of the first Ravazza. Got a good jump because the man watching had a little bit of a moment out of the final corner. What do we do this time then? Try to get some heat in those tyres. We've seen people complaining about lack of grip. Tyre temp will be key. Where does he pull the trigger? The answer is he's going to go at Ravazza 1. Away he goes. And Casamy's on his toes on the back of Yarham, who spins out the final corner. Casamy's collects him. There's chaos in the pack behind. And it's 3 wide down the start-finish straight between Funky Chicken, Aaron and Lennon. Oh, no, is that going deep? It's Batman going deep into the first chicane, bounces over the sausage curbs. Oh, no, is that spinning up in the background? It's Carmentalist. Oh, and Ross has retired in the pack. Oh, spin, another spin. Oh, contact. Graham has hit Casamy's. Oh, it's all gone wrong on the restart. Then Talesborough leads by 6.5 seconds. There's chaos behind him. And the McLaren has just bolted. Aaron's through to second. Lennon is now third. Tam's back up to fourth already. Funky Chicken's down to fifth. But there was chaos, and as Johan span out the final corner of the restart, that held up Casimir. That backed the pack up, which meant there were 2-3 wide going down the start of finish straight. Then as we got to the Villeneuve chicane, there was chaos as well. People off in the gravel. Ross has commented it's got spat off on the exit of Tamburello. Ross retired. Didn't see what happened to Ross, and then we got to the Villeneuve chicane. Casimir spins round, Graham runs into him, damages his wing. More chaos ensued. Graham's made it back to the pits then, but he was in prime position. I know, Super, but I bet you're missing it, aren't you? You're missing it massively. Who's that Tom there running wide then? So, running order on lap 15. As we approach half race distance finally. Tailsborough leading by 7.5 seconds, and he's absolutely bolted as they all kicked off behind him. Aaron now in P2. He's now, well, the net race leader. Lennon in third and Tam in fourth, so he's back in the mixer. And Tom in fifth. A little bit wide there coming on the exit Piratella. Funky Chicken's in sixth, still in this one. Seems to have, despite getting caught up in the accidents, has got away without damage that I can see. He's still hanging on to the tail of Tom, who picked his way through it. Double Tartane's still in there in seventh. They've got Mapman, who's that gone off. It's Johan at the final corner. He does. We have seen form. Oh, Lennon and Tam go side by side out of Rabatza 1. And here comes Tam then, side by side with Lennon. Down the start, finish straight. He's got the inside though for the first chicane, gets the move done nicely and through. Back into P3 goes Tam. Lennon thinks about switching back, attacking into Samborello, but not close enough. Johan back into the pits. Are we going to see him retire? They come out then of the Villeneuve chicane into Tozer. Red Bull with the penalty there, Gadropel Tartane. And now closing in then on the back of Aaron as they drop down towards Aqua Minerale. This is the battle, it's for the net race lead. Race leader is 8.9 seconds up the road though. Aaron having a little bit of a slide out of Aqua Minerale. It's given Tam a bit of a run. Head up towards Variante Alta. Is he going to go for the inside? No, he's going to wait. Through the chicane we go. Oh, Lennon gets very sideways there on the exit. That's going to bring Tom and Funky Chicken back into it then. Further back, the Hazes have just switched places, I believe. Commented on Catamies. And Verstappen. Oh, that's the Martin there. He's breaking all kinds of wrong for Variante Alta. Graham back running again after his pit stop for a fresh wing there. That's dropped him right out of contention as Aaron has lost P2 to Tam. In to the first chicane. Oh, but he's made a mistake, and Aaron gets it back, and through goes Lennon. And here comes Tom as well. So Tam then out breaking himself into the first chicane, and got the move done on Aaron. And then lose up 3 places in the end. Trying to fight back against Tom. Of course, these were battling for the race lead earlier on. Tom's got, look at the speed that the Alpine's got up the hill, over the crest, into Piratella. He's got the inside. Tom's going to fight around the outside, though. Do they touch? They do! Oh, Funky Chicken! So close to hitting the back of the Alpine there, who catches the slide brilliantly. Funky Chicken a whisker away from running into the back there, but gets away with there. Brilliant driving from both of them. Tam to save the slide. Funky Chicken to avoid contact. That's bringing the second Red Bull of Gadropel Tartane into contention now as well. And we've got flashbacks to Season 9 Div 2. Oh, it's Aaron versus Lennon. I don't know whether that was a deliberate jink to the side there from Aaron, or it was just losing traction coming out to the final corner. Either way, Lennon is all over the back of him then as they run down towards Samborello. Lennon goes to the outside. Aaron covers the inside. They're going to go wheel to wheel. They touch. Lennon spins, so he hits Aaron. And Funky Chicken picks his way through. Tam gets through as well. They're now side by side into the Villeneuve chicane. Funky Chicken gives him room and they survive. But contact in the battle that was for P2 between Lennon and Aaron. Lennon trying to go around the long way. There was contact. He got a slide on. He then caught Aaron, who was on the outside of the second part of the chicane. Tom got held up by that as well. And Tam and Funky Chicken picked their way through. Gadropotate now right in this battle as well. Aaron has dropped to the back of the pack. He's running a little bit wide there, though. Has he got damage, I wonder? And all this is bringing Matman back into the equation as well. Look at the Ferrari then. Looks like a little bit of wing damage, a little bit of flapping. That could just be the game, though. Still, though, in the hunt. So, meanwhile, Telsborough's lead is now 14 seconds. So as all this chaos reigns behind him, he is now just getting on with the work of trying to build as much of a lead as he can do. He's going to go into a softer compounder tyre, whether it's the mediums or the softs. For the end of this race, that might depend on if we have another safety car, as Tom gets the move done on Lennon for 4th. Tam and Funky Chicken, though, currently battling over the net race lead. Tam's had a little bit of a moment there through that chicane again. It's giving Funky Chicken a bit of a breather. He pulls away. Tom closes in. 2 Red Bulls now 5th and 6th. Oh, a penalty then for Funky Chicken for track limits. Could that be key later in this race? Climbing up the hill then. Tom and Lennon, Gadropotate and Aaron, Matman as well, right in the hunt here. Got a car mentalist in a bit of no man's land in P10. Verstappen era, he has lagged out. He is P10 at the moment. Graham's hoping for another safety car yet. They're bringing back into this one. And Katamins has just set the fastest lap of the race. On those soft tyres, he's flying, but he probably will need to pit again. Race leader Telsborough still here, still doing his thing. 14.1 seconds is his lead. When does he make his pit stop is the next question then. Which tyre does he go for? Because he can hold out for the soft tyre if he so wishes. Or would he go for the medium tyres? A minute the battle for P2 in the favour of the Alfa Romeo. Meanwhile, the Red Bulls changing places and Gadropotate up into P5. He drafts past Lennon with the DRS. And then just clinging onto the coattails. Wonder if he has got a little bit... Oh, Mappa spins on the exit. In the background. That's a shame for him. He was right on the tail of this battle. Now he's got it all to do again. Grip here proving a little bit of a premium, it seems. Especially on the hard tyres. The race leader there. Gap is holding at 14.2, so Funky Chicken doing a good job of pegging that lead. He loses a couple of tenths there, but he can afford to lose a couple of tenths because there's a long pit lane here at Imola. It's pretty much the length of the start-finish race, isn't it? Still going, still going, still going. There's the exit. There's a long old pit lane here, a lot of pit lost time. This battle line just starting to thin out a little bit then. Meanwhile, Tam and Funky Chicken still battling at it. Although Tam is close enough this time, though, you'd imagine for a move yet. Funky Chicken sees him coming. He lets him draft by into P2 or try and like tag onto the back of him. And pull him along, try and get him back next time around. Then can they work together, try and keep Telsborough in their sights? He has a healthy lead, but they are still going to jump him. And a minute further back then, Tom now a bit clearer in 4th. He's trying to chase down those two. And the Red Bulls nose to tail still. Aaron clinging onto the coattails. Just falling a little bit further back out of touch now. Commentalist doing an alright job in P8. And a lonely race for him. It's had a couple of spills. Contact on lap 1. Along with Funky Chicken. His race has not worked out quite so well though as the Alfa Romeo. Aaron now picks some penalty. That man recovering after that spin. A lap ago. Now finds himself down in P9. Bit of no man's land. Stefanera seems to be back in his car now. Graham has got Katamis closing him down. Katamis hitting quick lap times on those soft tyres. Of course, they're not going to get him to the end. Now, what's going on between these two? Is Funky Chicken close enough for a move? Don't believe he is. He will just draft onto the back of Tam as they come up to the first game, but he will stay behind. Lennon also not quite close enough. They will stay in place. Aaron's a little bit further back then, so here's the Ferrari carrying a little bit of wing damage. Over the curves, that's not going to help. Oh! Into the wall. That's a lot of damage now. And VSC deployed. Now, does Tailsborough take advantage in? Aaron has unfortunately pulled up and retired. Now, is this safety car going to last enough that Tailsborough can pit? Because a free pit stop here would be an absolute godsend for him. Or at least a cheap pit stop. Definitely bring him right back into contention here. He's got to pit here, surely. He does. Yep, in he comes. What tyres does he go on to then? How long does this VSC last? It's going on to the mediums. Away he goes. Now, the second and third are just coming out of the final corner. He's now trundling down pit lane. He will lose the lead. Just. Going to come out in P3 there by the look of it. Where is Tom? Tom might get him as well here, actually. He will. In fact, we're racing again. Not quite. No. Both Red Bulls go by as well, so it's 6th place. And as he comes out of the pits for Tailsborough, but he is now on fresh medium tyres, which will be significantly grippier than everybody ahead of him still on the hards, or Tam on his 11-lap-old medium tyres. We are racing again now. So he's come out then about, what we're looking at, 3.5, 5, about 6 or 7 seconds off the race lead. He goes past Lennon into Tozer. I don't know if it was a weave trying to put them heated his tyres from Lennon, or if he was unhappy. Yeah, I thought he might say that, Gunn. Down and into Aqua Minerale we go then. He's in the Red Bull sandwich at the minute. There are your race leaders flashing by into Variante Alta. Tam is your leader. Oh, Tam's on the grass. Funky Chicken sweeps by into the lead. So Tam's caught the curbs and gives up the lead. Back to Funky Chicken. However, Funky Chicken still has that penalty. So he is still the net race leader if he can stay within 3 seconds. But he needs to watch out because the man in the McLaren is flying as they come out of Ravazza. He's right on the back of Gadropol Tartain. He's already alongside then. The DRS is now open, and this will be a very straightforward overtake for him. Through he goes. He's up to P4. Next target then is Tom in the Aston Martin. 8 laps remain. What can he do then? Can he close down? He's already homing in then on the Aston Martin. Funky Chicken then finds himself back in the lead of this race. That 3-second penalty might be what cost him. It got him the victory, or the lack of one got him the victory first time around. Verstappen era takes the fastest lap of the race. 17.5 from the Aston Martin man. You can see now Tam is hanging on though. He needs to stay within 3 seconds. Meanwhile, the battle for third is on. Here comes the McLaren. He's already popping out the slipstream there. He doesn't even want the slipstream. He got the DRS. That'll be enough. Flashes past the Aston Martin then. And into P3. Now just 4 seconds off the lead of the race. And now Tam gets a penalty as Katoi spins ahead of him. Coming out of Tamburello. That might have been a bit of an off-put. Thankfully. No such dramas for the McLaren man. Look at Tom already dropping back there. Meanwhile, the Red Bulls nose to tail again. They start duking it out. penalty, then there are your front three, the front four in fact, all spreading out, but the man on the charge is the McLaren man on your screen now. He's already within the 3 seconds he needs though to take the win on penalties, but is he going to do it on the road? Well, he's got the speed, he's closing in then on the back of Tam. He'll be cursing that penalty. Of course, he's also on the medium tyre, but his tyres are 14 laps old. Hillsborough with a new fastest lap than a 17.2. Closing down all the while. Got DRS now as well. His tyre's just 3 laps old. Catamese has retired in the pit lane, unfortunately, so the Hasman is out of this one. Hillsborough then homes in on the back of the Alpine of Tam. Where will he pick his moment? Will he just wait for the start finish straight? So much more speed, so much more grip. Look at the speed difference coming out of Aqua Minerale. Pulls up alongside. He's going to back out of that one, then Tam's got the inside for the first part of Variante Alta. Compromises run slightly though, so he might think about a move into Ravazza 1. But he may be better off waiting for the straight though. In fact, he's going to pull up alongside again. He's got down the outside, he gets the position done. Great move there from Talesborough. Up into second on the road. Here's the net race leader there. An appreciative weave there for making that easy. Perhaps. However, Talesborough pushing on. He's burnt his ERS up, so we've got no ERS left. While Funky Chicken leads on the road, and McLaren now is directly behind him and closing in at a rate of knots. He's going to bring the Alpine with him, and then the battle's on for P2. Tom still in with a shout of a podium here. No penalties, but the two ahead of him who do have penalties are just inching away. We've got a yellow flag further back. It's some Mentalist has gone. A safety car. Yeah, the has in the wall on the exit of the Tamburello chicane. That's exactly what Graham needed, and Matman. Not what... it's probably not what the leaders needed. Now, what do we do here with the guys at the front? Got 5 laps to go. Once they get round to the start-finish line. Graham's going for soft tyres. Why not? Stephanie is probably going to follow him. The guys at the back may as well gamble at this stage. Why not? Get on some soft tyres and see if you can do what Funky Chicken did the first time we were here. Carve your way through late on in the race. What does Funky Chicken do? He's going to pit. Why not? I say it's a one-off for him. Oh, he sped at the pit lane though. That's not what he wanted. Tam pits as well. Tom pits. Got up a Tartane pits. What's Lennon going to do? Lennon's going to double stacks. Lennon pits. Mentalist making his way around. No front wing on that has, unfortunately. Now, oh, Talesborough. I mean, his tyres are still fairly fresh, so he should be alright, but... You know, Funky Chicken is quick. However, that penalty, he's going to be kicking himself for that, for sure. Everybody else is going to pit here. So we're going to have one driver on about 5 or 6 lap old medium tyres against everybody else on fresh soft tyres. Now, annoyingly for Verstappen here, he's caught behind the race leader. We're on lap 27. Oh, not 28, sorry. Leaders are on lap 28. Safety car is deployed for a spinning car Mentalist at the exit of Tamburello into the wall. Lost his front wing. This should be the final safety car of the race, just because of where we are in the race. Oh, Lennon's got a penalty for track with limits under the safety car there. He's pushing hard. Catch the pack. Didn't need to make that mistake though. And looks like he's going to Piratella. Let's see Safety car coming out of the final corner then. Running order is Tailsborough from Funky Chicken, from Tom, Gadrop Tartane, Lennon, Carmentalist, Matman, Graham and stuff. Oh, who's that in the pits? Oh, Funky Chicken. Just serve his drive through. His 5 seconds for speeding. I'll get some fresh stuff tyres on again. Why not? So 5 seconds. Get some fresh tyres on. Not sure like a whole lot of difference in terms of the tyre wear, but getting rid of that 5-second penalty could be critical, as we saw him do first time around. Then so he's going to come back out in P7. Now we've got to catch the pack then. Graham's just coming down the start finish straight. So the safety car is at Tozer, so yeah, we should be racing at the end of this lap. Tailsborough then he's on fairly fresh medium still, so it won't be the worst thing. He's also got the Aston Martin between himself and Tam. Tam, of course, who won at Monza. Graham then catching the back of the pack, so we might go racing this time. Graham's nearly on the back of the pack. Might be a late call. Graham is just about there. Are we going to do one more? Oh, no, we are. We're going to get back. Oh, no! I think Verstappen never caught the back of Tailsborough there. It's a late call, away we go. That got the Aston Martin out of the way then of Tam, who's now got a clear run. Then the Red Bulls are side by side as they come over the start finish straight. Into Tamburello. Red Bulls switching sides. They're Lennon looking for a way past his teammate, then trying to get the run on the exit. They're now side by side. Oh, there's contact there. Lennon's now leading out to Carmentalist. He's down the inside of him into Tozer. Funky Chicken trying to find a way through as well. They're now side by side. The 3 wide. Oh, contact there up the hill. The 3 wide. And everybody just about survives for now. Lennon running wide on the exit of Piratella. Funky Chicken coming back on the outside of him again. Through he goes. Good move from Funky Chicken there. Lennon just a little bit scruffy. Oh, he's over the curbs. Tam now chasing down Tailsborough. Of course, he has the penalty then, so he needs to pull clear. Tom then is the one that Tailsborough needs to be looking at. Mentalist going up the inside of Gadrovatarte there for 4th. And Funky Chicken's going to squeeze through as well here. Or is he going to put... Oh, he loses traction there, almost spins out the final corner. That gives Lennon a run. He's out the inside of the Alfa Romeo. 3 wide. Oh, it's about time for the camera angle to change. And they've survived though. Funky Chicken... Oh, what's happened there? Gadrovatarte's dropped out. Oh, what's happened there? Some contact, possibly. That's a big shame there. He's been running really strong with that. It's a big shame for him. Back with the leaders now. Tam on the back of the McLaren as they head through. Piratella. Tom's had a bit of a drama. It's almost just dropped off the back. Meanwhile, the pack has split further back then. Tam might just about be on for a podium still here, if he can keep that gap. Carmentalist has dropped back a little bit. That squabbling going on. Funky Chicken is 5th. I mean, everybody scores a point anyway, unsafe. That doesn't make any difference. It's just how many points you want. No, Matman has spun on the exit there of Variety Alta. Through goes Graham. As we come around to start the final lap of the race, then Tailsborough doing a good job there of just keeping Tam at arm's length, and the DRS has been enabled. Of course, they won't get it until they come to the line next time around, so unless it's a drag race to the line, Might not be a factor. Can Tam close in? They've got a little bit deep into the first part of the Tamburello chicane. Tom's now closing back in again. Critically, the gap back to Car Mentalist in fourth, who has no penalties. He's now under 3 seconds to Tam. So Tam might miss out on a podium here. Funky Chicken will drop off because he has a 3-second penalty. Tam is now over a second back then, so Tailsborough doing a really good job then on those slightly older medium tyres. He's pulling away. He's fended off the advances then into Variante Alta for the final time. Navigates it successfully. Tam has a bit of a slide further back. Down and through the kink into Ravazza 1. All through there, okay, into Ravazza 2. Careful on the power on the exit. Gets it spot on to the DRS line, which he won't get. He's out of the final corner. It is victory for Tailsborough with the fastest lap on the final lap of the race. Tom jumps up to P2. Car Mentalist does jump up to P3 then. Tam will finish fourth. Funky Chicken is fifth. Lennon gets P7 behind Graham, who jumps up to P6. Matman will be the final finisher in P8 then. And despite the late drama and the late pressure, it is a brilliant victory then for Tailsborough in the McLaren. Mentalist on his debut, then getting a podium. Great drive from him after his early dramas. Kept his head down, kept his race clean, and that has seen him jump on to the podium then. It is victory then for your championship leader. Tailsborough extends his advantage at the top with victory. Tom getting a brilliant podium in second, and Car Mentalist on his debut getting a P3. And your final classifications then. Victory for Tailsborough, who took the fastest lap on the final race. It's pole position, race victory, and fastest lap as well. A clean sweep for the McLaren man. Tom gets P2. Car Mentalist from 15th on the grid gets P3 despite 3 pit stops. Then Tam just missing out on that podium there. That penalty just dropped him back by 0.3 of a second in the end. P4 then for him. Funky Chicken on his one-off return. A great P5 for him. Graham gets P6 then. It ebbed and flowed his race as well. P6 for him, and then Lennon gets P7. Then he was an eventful one as well. Matman had a couple of spins as well, but solid P8 for him. The retirements there were Gadropel, Tartane, Verstappen, Era, Katames, Aaron, Johan, Ross, Dylan, Zombie, and Pagani, of course, who went early on. Well, that then is the end of your Div 1 racing. We are back tomorrow to do it all over again here at Imola. It is Emilia Romagna Part 2 with the Div 2 races. So please do join me at 8 o'clock tomorrow for that. And if you're in the stream and you haven't liked it before you go, please do so. That helps us out immensely. And I will catch you tomorrow for some Div 2 action right here on the FTRL channel. But for this evening, from me, goodbye, good evening, and we'll see you again